Y'all to talk to you about Isaiah 34 through 36. So in Isaiah 34, we see the Lord talking about destruction He's going to bring on a land. We see Him talking about completely and utterly wiping out the inhabitants of the land because of the misdeeds that they've done against Israel and because of their wickedness. We see the Lord promising not only to wipe out the land, but that the land would be talked about as being a cursed or a haunted land. We see Him talking about that the jackals and the owls and the ravens would inhabit this land. That His punishment to these people would be literally that the land that they lived on would no longer be a land suitable for anyone to live on. In 35, though, we see a promise made to Israel, a promise to restore, to build, a promise that the very roads that they walk on would be blessed roads, that bears and wild animals wouldn't come to this road, that the road that ran through their land would be a holy road, right? A blessed road. We see that the Lord promises to restore the fields and the deserts in this land. That He would thoroughly bless Israel, right? So we see kind of this contrast between 34 and 35. We see this contrast between those who have chosen to live for the Lord and to follow the Lord and to serve the Lord. And then those who have chosen to not only not serve the Lord and live wickedly, but to persecute the very people who are living for Him. Then we see in 36 a messenger coming to Hezekiah, the king of Israel. We see him coming and threatening the Lord's people, right? Threatening to wipe them out thoroughly. Now, luckily, Hezekiah was a king who was following the Lord. The messenger, though, came and tried to convince the people not to listen to if Hezekiah said that the Lord would defend them, that the Lord would be their guardian. Not to listen to Hezekiah. It's all too similar to the way that the enemy tries to come against us when we try to stand for the Lord. The way we see many people talking to the Israelites, couple of instances with the prophets of Baal, going, well, where is your Lord? Where is your God? Now, luckily, we know God has always pulled through. That not even pulled through, showed up, that He has showed up when His people call on Him. What we can see in this situation, and what I think we can apply in this situation, is to understand that when we try to stand for the Lord, when we try to rely on the Lord, that the enemy will try to discourage us in those moments. But if we continue to put our faith in the Lord, He will not abandon us. Even in the times when we doubt, the Lord doesn't abandon us. But surely, if we hold fast, if we put our faith in Him, if we continue to walk the path that He leads us in, then we know at the end of the day, even though we may face trials, even though people may threaten us or may come against us to discourage us, that if we hold fast and hold true to what we know the Lord has called us to do, that He will bless us and He will bring us through the troubles that we face. It doesn't mean we won't face hardship from time to time, because we will. We're assured as believers that we will face hardship and that we will face persecution, but that the Lord will be there, just as He was with the 3 Hebrew children as they were in the fiery furnace. They didn't avoid the fiery furnace, but they weren't touched by the fiery furnace. They were brought through. I pray, brothers and sisters, that today, if you face trouble, if you face hardship, don't do like the Assyrians did. Don't do like the Philistines and so many other nations did and didn't put their trust in the Lord. No, put your trust in the Lord. He is faithful. He is true. And if you do, promise you, you will find yourself living a life that is fulfilling, a life that is worth dying for, is worth facing persecution for. One where not only will you be blessed spiritually, but you will be able to bless others. Put your faith in the Lord today. Anyways, y'all have a great night. This was Isaiah 34, 35, and 36. And